Fellas, have you ever wished you were a little bit taller? Conzuri makes shoes that make you up to 2.8 inches taller without anyone knowing. Look, guys, girls get heels, makeup, and push up bras. Why can't men get a boost in confidence too? For now, for a limited time only, our listeners get an extra 15% off your order with the promo code FRATCHAT at Kanzuri.com. This site is already 30% off, and with our promo code, you can get an extra 15% off. That's 45% off for your entire order. Support our show and check them out at CONZURI.com and use the promo code FRATCHAT. And we are recording, Mr.
Did your puppy have a nice wee-wee?
Yes, she did. And a giant old dump, actually.
Let me ask you, when you take your dog out, do you say like, okay, go potty? What is the cutesy term of endearment you use to get your dog to go pee-pee?
Well, I'm glad that you are aware that every dog owner does this because, yes, it is a thing, people. And definitely go for pee. And it's like, Stella, you want to go pee-pees? And make it plural. And then poo is poo-poos. You want to go poo-poos?
You know what my dad says to the dog? He says, get the rabbit.
Get the rabbit? The fuck does that mean?
Like, no one says that. He's like, everyone says this. I said, no, dude.
Get the rabbit?
What rabbit?
Is he telling the dog to go jerk off? Like, what is...
No, that's his way of telling the dog to go pee without having to use the word pee. Get the rabbit. Come on, get the rabbit. And so if I say that to the dog knows what I'm talking about. The dog's like, oh, okay.
The dog's like, oh, it's just an inside thing between me and the old man. You get it. You get it. You get it. I know.
I'm walking the dog. I'm like, get the bunny? No,
get the rabbit? What the fuck? Rabbit?
Oh, now you're peeing. It's rabbit. Okay, good to know.
Wow, that's so weird. Well, you just learned something about Monk today, people. We're going to do this in 3, 2, 1. Get the rabbit.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Moore. What's going on, Mr. Mo?
It's good. I'm tan and I'm happy. How are you?
I'm also tan and I'm very happy. Life has been so good since I went to California because now I finally look like my people. And since I've been dating Julie, she always, we would always go like to the beach like one day for the summer, and she'd get a little tan. She'd be like, look, I'm darker than you. It's like, you have no idea, lady. Now it's my time to shine. I'm like,
If any of our listeners are new, can you tell the listeners who your people are and no, it's not pedos?
That's right. The charges were cleared on that, and I am free. No, I am from Caracas, Venezuela. I have to say it like that. Contractually obligated.
Caracas, Venezuela.
I don't know why you sounded so high pitched or nasal. Caracas, Venezuela.
Caracas, Venezuela.
You sound like you're selling chicles down the street. Chicles, burritos, maracas.
I have to tell you something. I spoke to a casting person recently who asked me if this was my real voice.
Oh.
I was like, let me ask you a question. Do you think at any moment in time that anyone, including myself, were to wake up and say, God, I want to sound like this? Kidding me? Yes, it's my real voice.
Okay, you can drop the gay thing, just sound however you talk.
I came out of my mom's vagina with this voice and this fucking purse on my shoulder, and I don't give a fuck what you think, bastard.
Oh god, that's definitely a first.
Now let me ask you, what do you say to Julie when you try to get her to go pee pees?
Usually, you see, with Julie, it's too late, so I just have to hit her in the face with a magazine and put her face on it. No, no, Julie, we go in the bathroom, and then it's a whole thing, you know. But she's learning. She is learning.
I tell the hubby, I say, sit down so you don't make a mess again. I'm not cleaning up after you. Sit down.
Well, you gotta wipe it if you make a mess. He leaves it. Fuck, is he
Ugh.
5? I have to.
You know what? I never understand why some girls get little drips of like toxic neon looking yellow pee on like the toilet seat. Just on like the front. It's like I've noticed there's this lady at work. She got fired, so she's not there anymore. Let's just call her Skids. So Skids used to get just like one drop of like this like orange yellow drop of pee in the front of the toilet seat, and then occasionally she would get like a smear of doo doo like on the side, just one side. So I used to always think to myself like, how are you getting on and off the toilet where you're leaving like this asymmetrical mark? I don't know. And how do some girls fall in the toilet? They're like, you didn't put the seat down. I'm thinking to myself, how are you backing up into the toilet
That
without
happened
looking?
to my ex-girlfriend here in my apartment, dude. I heard her scream and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look over and she's like stuck in like that, you know, with her fucking feet up in the air. I didn't look. It's like, why could you not look? And I'm like, oh, that's so gross. Like your butt
Oh,
touched the toilet. Like, ew, 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 ew.
ew.
I
That was a
actually,
that was a cover up. She actually climbed in there. She pulled the flusher and she's like,
yeah,
goodbye,
that's right.
cruel world.
I actually had the grossest thing happen to me. Like I think it was last year. I don't know what happened to me, but I fainted in my bathroom. I like went to pee. It was like 3 a.m, and all of a sudden I was just like, "Oh man, I don't feel right." As I'm standing there, and I went down unconscious. What woke me up was that I like looked the way I landed. It was almost like if you're thrown up in the toilet, which is lucky. I guess my head didn't go in. But then I look over and my hand was in the toilet. And it was like wet. So it's like that's why it woke me up. I was like, ew.
You didn't pee yourself?
I had just peed in there. So I
Ew.
landed in my pee water. I was like, ew, ew. And it was like really in this. I had to like wash it like a million times. And it was like the worst.
And then you tiptoe back to bed. You said, hey, Julie, smell my finger.
Yeah. Started caressing her face. You look sexy tonight. You want to suck on
Wow.
this?
Now, you've had your dog for a year now, right?
2 years.
2 years. So do you think your dog was just looking at you like, "Pfft, humans
Yeah, right.
do some
Fucking
fucked up,
weirdo.
funny ass shit?
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that she didn't even know that I fainted. My dog sleeps through anything, you guys. She's comfortable in bed. As long as one of us is in it, she'll stay in there like upside down. She sleeps like a little person, and she loves to sleep. So, uh, yeah, definitely was on my own there. And Julie will sleep through anything. Julie's already partially deaf anyway, so like the apartment can be crashing down, and she's like listening to Taylor Swift on like her phone, like it's not me, I'm the problem now, or whatever the fuck she sings. It's yeah,
You
it's
know,
bad.
my mom's dog is a little yappy, as you could hear in the last episode. And I don't know who she learned that from. I was telling my mom and dad, like, she had to learn that from somebody. Like, which one of you guys is barking? Whenever anyone gets close to the house, she just goes like wild. Drives
Wow.
me nuts.
Wow.
We Osmar and I ordered delivery from Grubhub, and it was such a mess because it said delivered twice, and we never got it. And when I called them, they were like, "Listen, like the driver went to where the ping was." I was like, "The what?" They're like, "The ping." They're like, "When you order food, it generates like a ping on their like geographical map." and they went to where the ping was. I was like, yeah, then why do I type in my address? Because
Yeah.
if they were dropping the food off next door twice. I had to argue with them in Grubhub to
Oh
get my money back. But
no! What
I but
idiots,
I
dude!
I like fell asleep each time because I was like, it's okay. Once they get close enough to the door, the dog's gonna start barking. The dog never barked. So I was like, so
Wow.
ridiculous. Grubhub gave me $10 for my inconvenience. I waited all night. It was like an hour for the first one, never came. Hour for the second one, never came. And then at that point, the restaurant was closed. It's like I'm so hungry.
Oh, wow, dude! What idiots! I'm
You know,
guessing your
I
neighbors got a bunch of bomb ass free food.
Yeah, dude. And it's frustrating when you're in the burbs because you can't just walk across the street and get like KFC, you
That's the
know?
thing,
You have to
dude.
drive, and I was in no condition to drive at any time during my trip.
That's why I think I'm like happy with the city life for the foreseeable future, dude. Like I just love being able to have everything right here. You just walk to whatever the fuck you need. Done. Or really, I don't walk. I send Julie out to walk, but she walks for whatever the fuck we need.
After after talking about my trip home, I just realized I didn't take my antidepressants, so I'm gonna
Oh,
take them out
great.
there. So I got
And now, Simo takes his happy pills so bad things don't happen. Brought to you by the Frat Chat Podcast.
And why do you do
this.
that?
There's
Actually?
one. Here's
Oh god.
another
That's-
one. Two. We got, let's see, three. Okay. There's 4 pills.
4 hours later.
4 hours later, there's 5 pills. These are my favorite ones because they're pretty. We got 6 pills. Alright. This is giving Carlos some time to rub one out real quick.
Yes.
He's ready for the
Yes, that's right.
episode.
We have a segment coming up, so I'm gonna go get something that I need for it.
Yeah. And then I have I think this is 7 pills at this point. This is number 8. All right. 8 pills. Good for me. Drink with coffee. This is the breakfast of champions. All right. I'm ready. Carlos, are you there?
A few minutes later.
And ladies and gentlemen, just want to let you know we have a very special guest right here at the Frat Chat Podcast today. I got him with me, Mr. Mo. This is very
That's
exciting
so
stuff.
exciting. I know he's been really busy lately, so I wasn't sure if
Very
if this
busy
is really
guy.
coming to fruition.
Right.
Oh,
right.
good.
This is definitely one of the busiest guests we've ever had to interview. So it's kind of hard, It's actually when you actually need him, it's very hard to get him. But so I'm just gonna go get him right now. I'll be right
That's
back.
fantastic. You know,
Cool.
I see him in the background. Looks like he's gonna finish a chicken sandwich. So I just hope he's chewing 24 times before he swallows. I don't know what it is about this guy, but whenever I see him, I just want to eat some Cheetos. So this is gonna be a good interview, guys, and a very exclusive interview. And I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. But our guest is not because he's still chewing his chicken. He has his second chicken sandwich. Okay. No. Take your time. Take your time. I'm glad you're eating a nutritious lunch. Again. Okay. No, I'm very happy he's here. I'm very, very happy he's here. I'm not the least bit annoyed that he's still eating. All right. Well, it is what it is. I will say, though, that not only is our guest incredibly photogenic, incredibly controversial, but he's also in incredible shape, and we'll get to that momentarily. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Keep eating your chicken sandwich, Bobo. Okay, he's almost done. He's almost done. Yeah, wipe your face. Okay, good. Yeah, wipe your face.
Okay, I'm
Mhm,
here.
mhm.
Okay, believe me, I'm
Oh,
coming. I'm here.
okay.
Okay. Oh, don't worry. You don't have to come back. I can take it from here. I can take it from here. Believe me, I'm very qualified to do this. Don't worry. You can stay. You lock the door. Lock the door. Yeah. Oh, who is this? Oh, I see a gay.
Oh.
Is that who? I wasn't supposed to be talking to the gays today. Okay, believe me.
Yeah, I am a gay.
Oh, he can hear me. The gay can hear me. Oh.
You should be
Hello
thankful
there.
you're talking to a gay, because I'm gay enough to tell you got a little something right here in your chicken sandwich.
Oh. I'm so sorry about that. It was a fat-free chicken sandwich, though, believe me. Very healthy.
Fat-free chicken sandwich.
That's right. Very healthy guy.
Doesn't exist.
Fat-free. It was, deep fried, but it was fat-free, deep fried. Believe me.
Oh, good,
Okay.
good. I'm glad you're taking care of your body. And
That's
we'll
right.
get to your body momentarily. So I want to thank you for coming.
Well, just like Melania's contract that I could come once a week, so here I am, gotta
Oh,
do
how
it.
is Melania? We haven't seen her.
Oh, I was hoping you'd tell me. Okay, believe me, 'cause I haven't seen her.
Oh,
I'm looking
oh
around our room.
no.
Don't know. Don't know where she is, believe me.
Now,
Summer is coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game changing full body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with Austin Powers chest hair, baby. And if you grew some winter man tits, the least you can do is make sure they're hairless. Because the ladies love those hairless titties, believe you me. It's time to get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT.
I know you have, I think, 5 kids. I believe you got 2 girls and 3 boys. Baron's the tallest. How old is he now?
Well, I don't know because I haven't seen Baron since at least 2016. Believe me, carrying around with me the
Oh
campaigns, and then
no.
then I don't know. He got lost in the White House one day, and I just never bothered to look. Believe me, I already have a couple other those little bastards running around, So
Well, I was wondering if you guys have had the discussion about college yet, and I was wondering if you've had anyone doctor some photos to make him look athletic, like all the other celebrities do. So
oh no,
anyway,
believe me, Trump, Baron Trump is going to go to the finest university in all the land. I'm going to rebuild Trump University. Believe me, it's even better this time. Okay,
okay,
it'll be fantastic. He's going to
congrats,
major and minor on Hillary Clinton because that's like a whole subject. Believe me,
Dirty
and
Hillary
that's right.
and
It's very
Dirty
crooked.
Sleepy Joe.
Believe me, an election
Oh,
fraud
crooked
101.
Hillary. Yes, yes.
That's right. That's right. And it's there's election fraud going on too. There's election fraud 101. And I found out that Joe Biden didn't win the election. Okay, believe me.
Oh,
Lots of things.
if he
Lots
didn't
of
win,
things.
who did?
I think it's pretty obvious that it's me.
Uh-huh.
Believe me, but I
Oh,
can't tell you that because the
oh, I
crooked
didn't get that
judge.
memo. I saw a lot of your friends storm the White House or storm the Capitol, but I didn't quite get the memo that you. Okay, now this makes sense. Now I understand why there's so much trouble in the Washington D.C. at the moment. Okay, so we have some questions prepared, and
Okay.
I was hoping that you would indulge us in answering some of these questions we have.
Okay. Well,
And if
I know
you,
the first thing you're gonna ask, and no, I did not get peed on by that hooker. Okay, believe me. I was wearing
oh, okay,
saran wrap at the time, so it technically didn't hit me. It hit the saran wrap. Okay, believe me. That's what you wanted to
okay.
ask me. Okay.
Carlos, if you can hear me back there, I'm gonna skip to question 2. Okay. All right. So question number 2. I saw that your mugshot was released along with your booking record, and in it says you noted your height and weight at 6'3", 215 pounds, which is the same weight as a prime Muhammad Ali. Do you think that perhaps you undershot your guesstimate a little bit?
Well, first things first, I just want to say that was a handsome mugshot. Okay, believe me. Did you see?
Oh,
I was
very
doing
handsome.
I was doing a bit of a scowl look thing. over there, over to the side. Okay, I'll be looking over like this. Everybody liked it.
Some would even
That's
say it was spank bank material.
that's
Some, I
right.
don't know who personally, but some I'm sure would say that.
I saw Mike Pence take a copy with him. You know what I mean? So just believe me, I saw him do it. He's something
Yeah,
fifi about him. I think he's one of you.
and
But
that copy is
we'll talk
sticky
about
at the
that later.
moment.
But I just want to say that I am indeed the fittest president, not the fattest, the fittest president. Okay, I'm definitely in better shape than Clinton, than Obama, than Washington, than Lincoln. Definitely more than JFK, because
Oh, JFK had a hot bod.
yeah, but he had no brains. Yeah, but you see what I
Oh,
did there?
is it because they're
'Cause-
blown out?
yeah, that's right. This guy gets it.
That is
Even
a
the
nice
gay,
reference.
even the gay gets it. People, okay, keep up with me, people.
Yeah.
Okay, uh, so no, I didn't undershoot anything. Okay, believe me. But you could ask my totally real physician. Okay, Doctor Carl Doctorsons, and he'll tell you that I am the fittest president he's ever seen. Okay, believe me. You can ask him. Totally ask him.
I will ask him. Maybe Carlos and I can interview him next week. So for my next
He's
question,
a busy guy though,
uh,
so
I
I don't
was
know.
wondering, with how busy you are, did you get a chance to watch the Republican debates, and what did you think about it?
Well,
We missed you on it, that's for sure.
well, you could definitely tell it missed me because the ratings were so low. Okay, believe me,
Yeah.
it was not, and I skimmed a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I basically had it on playing in the background while I was listening to the Power Rangers from the 1992 fantastic show. Believe me.
Oh,
So
Kimberly
but I
was
got the
so
gist
hot,
of it.
right?
That's right. That's right. Believe me, I would do things to that one. But anyways, um,
Let's light a candle for the Green Ranger. I will say that I also did not really catch the Republican debate. I kind of got highlights
well,
because
I'll
I was
fill you
focused.
in. There was a fat guy, and there was some lady, and there was a guy. I don't know if
Mhm.
I don't know if
He's the fat guy.
if he's an Indian or an Indian, but he's some sort of Indian. Okay, believe me. And I don't know. It was
Okay,
they were just
that's
saying
not really PC, but
something about
we
uh,
will edit that.
basically. And here's the thing, and you can believe me on this: the Republican
Okay,
Party now is just
keep it going.
stealing my campaign slogan from 2016, and it's not
Mhm.
"Make America Great Again." No, it's "Grab them by the pussy." Okay, believe me, it's just what they're doing. It's just what
What
they're
if I
doing
don't
right
have
now,
a pussy
and
and
it's
I
not
want to
gonna
be
work.
grabbed?
Well, that's the problem because they only like it when I do it, because I'm rich. Okay, believe me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they love it
Well,
when the rich
before you
people do it.
interrupted, I was going to say that I didn't watch the debate because I was more interested in watching your interview with Tucker Carlson.
Oh, well, me and Tucker, we go way back. We're kind of like frenemies. Okay, believe me. We go get Starbucks from time to
Frenemies.
time. He actually sent me the Starbucks right here. He got it for me. Very nice
Oh,
guy.
that was nice.
Yeah, very nice guy. Once you wade through the
It's
spit,
so
very
funny because
tasty
he
drink.
was the number one in ratings and just got let go from Fox News. He must have done something really bad. Who
Yeah, that's
knows?
right.
But anyway, on to the next question. I want to know, are you afraid of any of the Republican candidates that you saw on that debate? Are you
Well,
afraid that any of them are going to take your spot?
I am definitely afraid of having Chris Christie take my spot at the buffet line. Okay, believe me, because that guy can
Oh
eat.
my God.
That
I
guy.
don't agree with you often, but I will agree with you on that.
I say, well, leave some for us, Christy. Good Lord. Okay, believe me. And I don't know because teeny tiny Ron DeSantis and his little boots, uh, no one really likes the guy. Okay, and I think this is something that Americans and I can agree in. No one likes the guy, but yeah, other
Well,
than that, I'm just terrified of Chris Christie potentially having a heart attack and falling on me and landing on me, and killing me. So that's why I didn't attend the debate. They were going to put me next to him, and I was terrified. Okay, he looks like he could drop at any minute.
like he
Very
would
unhealthy.
literally overshadow you, like literally.
Literally. And no
Oh
one
my gosh.
overshadows
And
Donald.
you want the
Okay,
best lighting. No, I get it.
that's
I
right.
totally get it. I want to get back to Ron DeSantis. You mentioned little Ron DeSantis. What do you think is his version of a breakfast for champions? We saw yours, but I want to know, what do you think he eats for breakfast to start the day?
Well, it's pretty sure Ron DeSantis over there with his little girly boots. He probably starts his day the same way that you do, with some fresh sausage, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Believe me, there's something off about that guy too. He's a little fiffy.
Yeah,
I
but the
think I
difference
think
is
him
that
and
I
Mike
chew my
Pence kind of.
sausage.
That's right. That's right. Believe me. I think him and Mike Pence hang out together with horses or something. I don't know this.
Do you think they eat the same sausage at the same time and they work their way to the middle?
Ooh, I had never thought about it like that. Believe me, because DeSantis doesn't look at me, doesn't strike me as the guy that kind of likes to share. Okay, believe me, and I know like that.
Okay.
I'm like that
Or do
myself.
you think
But
they have it inserted in each of their buttholes and they're inching their butts towards each other
I
while
could
they are
see it.
swallowing this sausage
I
link?
could see a little bit of column A, a little column E. Someone has it in the butt, and someone has it in the mouth. That's the only way you could keep his mouth shut. Okay, believe me. The guy's just talking
Yeah.
all day, and he talks. I don't know if you know this. Okay, believe me, because not everybody's such an eloquent speaker as your former president here. Okay, believe me,
Yeah.
but he kind of
Well,
talks
you're
funny. Okay,
phenomenal.
he kind of talks a little fee, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
I know, and I can translate for you if you ever need me to. It's called gay. He talks a
That's
little
right,
gay.
believe me. Okay, that's what I'm trying to
So
say. Again, the gays get me. That's why the gays always vote for Trump. Okay, believe me. Don't check me on that, but yes, all the gay votes went for Trump.
yeah,
Joe Biden
oh,
still
I'm
won.
sure. I'm
All of them,
sure of
every
that
single one.
in another life, another world, maybe. Okay, so I want to know, we mentioned your kids earlier, and I know that Barron is college bound, which is phenomenal, and that university of choice is really, really prestigious. So which of your children do you think could take the reins of your political legacy after you're put away in prison forever?
Mm, well, if I gotta look at it, you know, it's gotta be a simple one. It'll be who I would actually like to see take over for me, and that's a simple question. And it's my daughter Ivanka Trump. Because look at her, what a fine piece of ass that is. I would just like to look at her everywhere she goes. Okay, believe
Mm,
me.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me saying that. Okay, believe me. Look at her pictures. Do it all the time.
Do
Always
you know who
happens.
else is really pretty?
Go on.
Tiffany, remember her, your other daughter?
Oh, I haven't seen her in 13 years. Believe me. I think her and
Yeah. Oh,
Baron
that's
playing
sad.
hide and seek somewhere.
Talk about
Okay,
a piece
believe
of
me.
ass.
Mm. Yeah, but not as good looking as Ivanka though. You know,
Yeah.
every morning I go up to that booty and rub a little bit of a, suntan lotion on it. You know, not in a weird way
She
though.
looks a lot like you.
That's right. That's what
Yeah,
makes her.
especially her small little delicate hands. They just remind me of you. Okay, so my last question I have for you is how do you think Giuliani will manage prison? I
Well,
think it's
first
safe to
things
say that
first. I'm
he's
gonna
going to be put
pretend you
away.
didn't say anything about my massive hands. Look how big they are. You can't even see it on the
Oh,
screen. It's so
wow.
big.
So
No,
big.
I'm not holding it
Somebody
super
hand me
close
a
to the
biscuit
camera.
to soak up these juices coming from my butthole. They're so big.
And I was
So
holding
big.
that far away from the camera too. It's just how big it is.
Yeah.
Look, totally. It's just
Yeah.
massive hands. Can't even
I'm
can't even see
drenched.
the screen.
Okay.
You can believe me. But
So aside from your
uh
massive hands, let's
here's the
get
thing
back on
about Rudy.
topic.
He's
Yes.
Rudy's a fighter. Okay, believe me. You know, like the other day we took him out to lunch. Okay, and I was trying to steal a bite of his dessert pudding, and when I went in there, he pulled out a shank. He was ready to kill for it. Okay, believe me. So I think he'll do well. I think he'll be surprisingly well. But here's the thing. I hope he doesn't drop the soap because I don't think he can reach it. Okay, believe me. Kind of a overweight guy. He's not as fit as I am. Okay, believe me. He's not as in
Right.
shape as
Right.
I am. 6'3", 215. Okay, believe me.
Yeah.
Very fit guy. So other than that, I think he'll do well. I think he'll hang out with the blacks a lot, you know? I think
Oh,
I think
doubtful. But
yes, that's
that's
right.
nice visual thinking on your part.
That's right.
Is he trying to
Uh
secure votes for you?
Well, everybody knows the blacks love Trump, and so do the
Yeah.
queers, the yellows. Everybody loves Trump. Everybody loves the Trump. Everybody loves the
Oh,
Donald. And I'm gonna come back.
offensive.
Okay, believe me, I'm coming back strong. 2024. I will not be back without my official presidential pin next time you see me because I will win the election. Okay, believe me, and I'm not going to jail because I'm innocent. Okay, innocent.
We just got a memo from the Rudy Giuliani. He is on the phone and he just said that it was not a shank, it was a plastic spoon. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. And back to you, Donald Trump. Okay,
Well, who are you going to believe? Okay. Rudy or the guy who's never lied about anything in the world. Okay. When have I
you
ever
raised a
told a lie?
good point.
Okay. Believe me. Never.
A very good point.
Ever. Okay. Believe me. Ever.
I don't
Ever,
really know how to
ever.
follow that up. I'm just going to say thank you so much, Donald Trump, for engaging us. And
Okay.
I
That was
wish
easy.
you the
Okay.
best in prison. I hope that you don't drop the soap unless you want to.
Now, where do I get my Big Mac? Okay, believe
Consent
me, I was
is
told there would be a
sexy.
Big
You
Mac in
just
it for
had
me.
2 Big Macs.
That's the only reason I'm here. Do I go to the other room? Where do I get my Big Mac?
How about you use your nose and you sniff it out?
That's a good
Yep.
idea. I smell a Big Mac over there. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
go
it's
get the
probably over
phone.
there. You
Okay,
should go
maybe
get it.
he'll know where my Big Mac is.
Just make sure you put the pussy down before you grab the Big Mac and
That's
wash
right.
your hands. Okay.
Okay, thank you, queer person. I'll go get my Big Mac. Thank you.
Yeah. I am queer. Yeah, have you heard me talk? I mean, hello. Let's be Captain Obvious here. Carlos, I cannot believe you left me alone with that.
God damn it, Donald! I told you. Why did you lock the door, dude? I need to get back in here. What? You did the interview without me? What do you mean?
I mean, unfortunately, I did. I didn't want to. I thought we were like a team. You left me hanging.
He did the
He's
interview.
a lot.
Yeah, he's a lie. He locked me out of here.
He's a lot, and he's orange, and he lies about everything. So I don't even know if anything that came out of his mouth is worthy of broadcasting. But I mean, it's up to the producers.
Wow. Well, he told me he didn't say anything offensive.
I don't think he
right?
could pick up the soap either, huh?
He told me he didn't say anything offensive, right?
Nothing offensive, except for all the derogatory slurs about every ethnicity you could possibly imagine.
Oh shit, Donald. You fucking Donald! No, you don't get a Big Mac now. Put it down. Oh, he's waddling. He's not even running. He can't even run. He's waddling. You're not 215. Put that Big Mac down. Oh my
How
God.
much do you think he does weigh?
I mean,
At least 300.
he still hasn't made the front door, and it's like a 10-foot walk, so at least 280. And I'm thinking
I'm gonna say
close to
315.
300.
I think he was shy 100 pounds. I think that was a typo. I
Oh,
think he's
dripping
6'2",
swag.
315.
I'm just
Instead of
like,
6'3", 215.
I know what he said is fucked up, but I'm gonna let him keep the Big Mac just so he leaves. All right, see ya. There you go. Good Lord.
Bye, Donnie.
He's a big boy, and I hear that his wife joined a pool, like a betting pool, that said that he would make it to 300 pounds by the time he got to jail. Which is pretty fucked up when your own wife is betting that.
Wow.
But there you go. That tells you about where it's at.
Wow.
But anyways,
Moving on.
we just
What's on the
heard.
agenda? Huh?
That's right. It's time to get to it because we just heard little dirty Donnie over there giving us some very hot takes of his. And some of his are things that, quite frankly, I'm surprised haven't gotten him canceled over the years. But we're here to give you some of ours. Some hot takes about entertainment. Some hot takes about food, about TV, about anything, really. Because we have hot takes about everything, baby. So, the Frat Chat Podcast is ready to bring you a Hot Takes Edition Part 2 about our favorite subjects. Part 2! It sounds, it's French, it's fancy. Sounds cool.
Oh.
Part 2!
Do.
Like,
In
en
French,
deux,
they say
trois.
oui, oui.
Because the Francais listen to us too. Part 2! That's right.
Oui, oui. Do. It sounds
Juju, oui, oui.
French people are disgusting.
Oh no, we're ruining it. Part 2.
Ew. I don't even want to be associated with the French.
Oh god. Yeah, French is everything. And whenever you say anything in French, it just sounds cooler and fancier. So part 2.
Be our guest, please service to the test. Tie a napkin on your neck and we provide the rest.
Why does your French person sound like they've been smoking cigarettes since the age of 3?
Oh, I was going more for like a constipated.
Hello, sweetie. I work in a cigarette factory.
Hello, sweetie. I work in a cigarette factory. I don't know how to do accents. I don't know if that was French, Greek, Italian. Let's
It's
just
just a
call
little
it
bit.
dirty.
Come on, Stella. If you're coming up, come up. Because it's part
Dirty
2
accent.
and you're fucking
Like
it
a
up.
dirty Frenchman. Okay,
So
so we got some hot takes.
we got some hot takes about
Who wants to go first?
under the sun. Well, I feel like you and Trump just had the whole interview time for yourself while he locked me out of my own fucking studio. So
I didn't
I'll
ask
take
for
the
it.
first one. I'll take the first one.
Okay.
He is a lot. He's a lot. Anyways, this is hot take number 1. And this is definitely probably gonna get me flamed on the internet.
Flamed?
That's right.
I'm
It means
flaming.
roasted. That
Oh,
was an old 90s term. I don't know. I don't even know if the kids use it anymore. But yes, roasted.
it's cool to
Especially
be
by white
queer.
people who I don't think will
We're all
understand this.
flaming.
But
Mm-hmm.
for a delicious and easy meal, especially during a time crunch,
Toe
you can
jam.
eat spaghetti with ketchup. And it's delicious.
Oh,
You got a little butter, a little Parmesan cheese. You got yourself a 10-minute lunch that will taste like you're a child. And it's delicious. It's
see,
awesome.
I don't know. Oh,
It's
Carlos.
delicious. It's
I
delicious.
think butter and
See, I knew
Parmesan
you'd react this
cheese
way.
and
Some
noodles
white people would
is
freak out.
fine by itself. Buttered noodles with Parmesan cheese, great. You can even put a little bit of oregano or some like crushed up basil or something on it. Go for it. Hell, you can even put thyme on. Just ketchup. There's so much sugar for one, so it's not healthy. And for 2, just because it's red doesn't make it right.
It makes it right. It's tomato sauce. That's all the ingredients. It's literally all the ingredients, minus the tomato paste. And tomato sauce has a lot of sugar in it too. That's how.
I mean, I would try anything once. That's why I'm gay. But I don't know if I would try that sober. I would do it on
okay.
dare,
But if you
maybe.
tried it drunk, you would love it so much that it would make you want to try it sober.
Potentially.
People always judge it until I forgot who I was with, but it was definitely during college, being broke. It's like, oh, I'll cook you something, dude. that's what I made. And they're like, oh, really? And then they had it, and then they loved it. So
and then their self-esteem went.
Then their wife left them.
Well,
then they finalized the divorce.
I'm sorry about your childhood. Sorry about
it. It's delicious, people. Try it. Try it. And I guarantee you, if you ask us Mario, he's probably had it.
Ew.
I guarantee you, especially when he was a kid.
I don't even want to bring it up. You never had a SpaghettiOs?
No, we didn't do SpaghettiOs in Venezuela.
No? Chef Boyardee?
I tried my first Chef Boyardee living in America at that point, which are pretty good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but it's fresh spaghetti with ketchup and butter, and especially because you put the butter in first, so you let it all get melty, like you would butter noodles, and then you do the ketchup, and then you have to have an appropriate ketchup to Parmesan cheese mix, so it tastes delicious.
Ew, ew, ew. All of it ill. Okay. On to the next point. If you're listening to this, please don't try that at home.
Try it. You'll love it.
Just because you see on the internet doesn't make it real. Okay. So my first one is that I'm sorry, but Sphinx cats are hideous and they're just a step up from a hairless guinea pig. And people that own Sphinx cats are fucking weird.
Yeah. Those things are weird.
The idea of having a pet, ideally, is to have a fluffy, cuddly pet.
Yeah. They look like almost like little old men just judging.
Yeah. Like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Yes, the Crypt Keeper. Yes, that's a good callback. Little tales from
You
the
know
crypt
what?
action.
I know someone and he's so attractive and he has a pet sphinx and it killed it for me. I'm like, you know what? You used to be one of the sexiest people I know, and now you're just a normal person with a
Yeah,
weird fucking cat.
why get a pet sphinx? Like why get that? And how did that even breed? How did that even become a breed? I don't understand. Like,
I don't know.
someone was like, maybe they were allergic to cats, and so it's like, oh, I got it. We'll breed it to be hairless. But how does that even? I don't understand. I really don't
I don't
understand.
get it. I think it's really sad to be honest. Anywho, so we agree on that. That's good.
Yeah, we agree on that one, dude. Yeah, if someone was like, let's say like I'm sitting there, it's Christmas time, and Julie, it's like, I got you something that you'll never expect. And then she gives me this little box, and I see it's got little holes in it. I'm like, oh, she did it. I'm going to have a little sibling for Stella. And then I open that box, and I see that fucking creature in it. I'm like, ah! What is this? What spawn of Satan? What spawn of Satan is this?
No, I would do with that cat. I would put it back in the box. I'd put a lot of rubber bands around it so the little bitch can't get out, and I would toss it in the Hudson.
Yeah. It's like, did you
What
reincarnate my
else am I doing?
grandma in a Benjamin Button fashion? Is this what this is? Like, what the fuck?
I would deep fry it and give it to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I say, here's another healthy deep fried snack.
Oh, don't give him ideas. He was asking me about why we didn't get him French fries with his Big Mac, and we told you it'd be a Big Mac, no fries, and he almost stayed. So
He's not going to survive jail with their diet. Like they're going to give him bologna sandwich. He's going to be like, "What is this?"
that's true. He strikes me as the guy that if he knew he was going to die in jail, he would like sell all his businesses and spend that in the jail commissary. I had the best snacks. Okay, believe me. Like Bernie Madoff, the notorious Ponzi schemer who got like billions of dollars from people. His thing was while he was in jail, he would buy all the snacks from the commissary himself, and then he would sell them to prisoners at a higher price. So even in jail,
Really?
he was profitable. And they didn't stab him because they used him for like accounting advice and financial advice and shit like that. And they respected him. So it was just like,
Let me tell you, if I ever won the lottery or got really successful and made a lot of money, I'm calling um, our fraternity brother Ariel.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna have him guide me through it. And then if I need legal advice, I'm calling Chanberry.
Yeah. You always call Chanberry. Anytime I've had someone who I'm like, the son of a bitch screwed me over, especially entertainment, you get fucked over for money, a lot of people. So
Oh yeah.
write that down. I'm always like, so, Chanberry, should I sue this person?
He's like, yeah, if you want to. I'll
So
help you.
so far, the juice hasn't been worth the squeeze, but it's a coming. It's a coming. Once it's enough money, the juice will be worth the squeeze. And then I'll call
Nice.
Chanberry. Better call
Well,
Cham.
if you have a phone, you have a lawyer, and his name is Cam. All right, so what's your next hot take? And I have a feeling I'm going to agree with this one.
Woohoo! Okay, so this is a big debate for a lot of people to this day. These two are musical legends. They were both geniuses, both extremely talented, and probably made some of the coolest jams of their generation. But it's always been debated who is better. Is it Prince or is it Michael Jackson? And honestly, guys, I think that Michael Jackson was a better entertainer than Prince.
100%.
Like Prince, I think maybe he might have been a better musician. He played guitar, played piano in his shows. Michael just sang and danced and stuff, obviously. And Prince was also still very active. But Michael planned every single sound and moment in all of his songs and music videos and like performances, like to a T. Like if you were hearing a little in the background, it's because Michael Jackson came up with it. If you're hearing a bass sound, it's because Michael Jackson came up with it.
Mama
Literally
say, mama sa,
everything.
mama say, mama sa, amakusa.
Michael
You
Jackson
know, I
planned all that.
Michael was more prolific. He had so much more hits than Prince. It's not even a comparison for me.
Yeah, and he was just, and I mean, if I had to spend money on seeing, they're both dead, obviously. If I could somehow spend money on bringing them one of them back to life for a show, one night only, it's got to be Michael, dude. Seen the moonwalk, seen the spin, seen everything, the whole package. It's too epic, dude. I just think he's a better entertainer. And again, I think Prince might even be a better musician overall, giving everything that he can play. And he is amazing. But fuck, I just think that Michael, as far as entertainers go, it's Michael Jackson and then it's everybody else. Like Beyonce, all that shit, most of the stuff they take from Michael Jackson. But he's the one at the top, baby. He's at the top.
I agree. I can't contest any of that. I mean, I can't argue any of that. He's the top, even though he's a diddler. Okay. I mean, I feel like I have to say, listen, I like his music. I don't like him.
I know, man. It's
Ooh.
crazy.
Okay, so here's my hot take, and I'm not sure if you'll agree with this. I feel like we've argued about this in the past, like respectfully argued. But I think that you're Chris Seymour, you're so high strung. I'm a fucking pleasure, motherfucker. I think that non-violent people should not be locked up. I think you should put them on house arrest instead, so that taxpayers aren't dishing money out for them. I feel like we have so many resources, and why are we using these resources to cage people who like aren't a threat to society physically? Now, I don't think that, I think if you do the crime, you should do the time, but I don't think it should be in that facility. I think we should be holding that facility just for the people who are true terrorists on the street.
See, at face value, I would agree with that statement, but it depends. Like, for example, going back to
Martha
Bernie
Stewart.
Madoff, he stole all that fucking money. Like, if you just send him on house arrest, and he's going to live in his mansion while everybody else whose money he swindled and lost can't even afford retirement funds anymore and have to sell their homes and shit. But it's not. That wouldn't be justice. So, and it kind of guarantees that he can do it again if he's just out there.
I think that they should go and take all the money that he stole, and they should, what's the word when you take your items, you seize all your possessions? I think they should take all this nice stuff, his TV and his nice couches and his hot tub and all that stuff, and leave him in a big old empty house by himself with no internet.
Cut the Wi-Fi.
Let him be in his own home. It's so sad to me.
But he pays the Wi-Fi himself. That is the one thing. They cut the Wi-Fi. No porn for him.
Cut the Wi-Fi. He can't have it because then he'll just be watching porno. No, he has to look in his spank bank and tap in some old high school memories if he wants to jack off.
They did take it's funny because they did seize a lot of his assets at the time, and I know his wife was, for example, trying to leave the apartment wearing a fur coat with like some like jewelry and shit tucked in there. You know what I mean? Just to, oh no, this is mine. I'm just gonna get out of here. And they were like, "Excuse me, ma'am," the coat, and they literally like took it off of her.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
She should have shoved it in her cooch. I would have taken that jewelry and put it in my butthole.
Yeah, right.
I would put it all in a condom and then shoved it right into my butthole.
It's like, man, why are you waddling? Oh, I'm fucking the pool boy. His dick is huge. Oh, makes sense.
Am I fucking the pool boy? Is the pool boy fucking me? Heyo.
Fernando's dick is like a horse. You have to see this thing. Oh, wow. That makes sense. Let her go, boys.
Mike Pence, you hear that? His dick is like a horse. Wipe up your drool, Boo. Okay. What's the next one you have?
Okay, the next one I have is one that maybe fanboys or redditors might destroy before, but to be honest, I like the last season of Game of Thrones.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you wait, I gotta say it again. I like the last season of Game of Thrones.
I don't know what to say to that. You know what? I like everything about Game of Thrones, but the last season was short.
Yeah, it was short, and that's why I felt like the last episode felt a little bit rushed, and like they just covered like way too much ground. Where I feel like I would have been happier if they even ended it a little more open ended with potential to come back or do movies or do whatever. But they just like wanted to, you know, end it, wrap it all up, and they needed a couple more episodes, in my opinion. But I loved the whole climax of the White Walker storyline, that whole epic battle at the end. I love how Jon Snow, uh, his love culminated with the Dragon Lady. I'm saying this as vague as possible, so I don't give us spoilers. In the fucking show ended like 8 years ago, so it shouldn't really be a spoiler. But I like all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it gets a bad rap because could it have been better? Sure. But I think people just set the bar too high on things sometimes, and then they destroy any entertainment value that might be in it because it doesn't meet these expectations. And people do it with movies all the time. They just like hear from somebody that it's like the best movie ever, and then they hear from someone else that it's the best movie ever. So then they go to this fucking movie expecting like a 10, and it's an 8, which normally they would love, but now since they expected a 10, they're like, it wasn't that good. Fuck this movie.
What do you think of the prequel, House of Dragons?
I actually haven't gotten into House of Dragon yet. I want to. It's
No?
in my
Oh, I
list.
love it.
It's on my list, but I want to show Julie the show, and I just know that if I start House of Dragons and then I get her into Game of Thrones, I'm gonna have to put House of Dragons on hold because Game of Thrones is a lot of seasons. That's one thing.
I think you can watch House of Dragons and not have seen Game of Thrones. I think you'd be okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good. That's good. Now maybe
It's
I
all
will
different
start
people
it then.
because
But
it's
Game of Thrones
some
is
hundreds of years prior. I will say that Osmario got me into Game of Thrones years after it already aired. So I actually watched the entire was it 6 or 8 seasons? I forget.
I think it's 8.
8. I watched all 8 seasons within like a few months last year. I
Wow.
watched them all religiously.
Yeah.
I was like, I could go out to the bars, or I could stay home and smoke weed and watch Game of Thrones. I'm so excited. Jon Snow, you're so sexy.
I binge watched it all, and at the time, I didn't realize that the final season was coming. So I honestly thought the show was done. And so I watched all this shit and until season 7, and then it's like, fuck, there's another season. When does it come? And it's like in October, and right now I'm watching it was in January. It's like, no.
Oh,
So then I have to watch the final season like everybody else, 1 week at a time, and it really sucked. But yeah, man, I had fun watching the final season. I think it's a good. It's not like a 10, but I would give it like a 7.5 or an 8. It's pretty good.
I don't know.
You know,
I have to think about that one.
I know.
It wasn't perfect, but I think. Do you think if they were allotted 3 more episodes and they spread everything out, that it would have been better?
I think so. Just a couple more episodes would have been cool. Everything.
HBO, come on.
Yeah, I think.
All right, well,
they wanted to cash out too quick. They should have, let the art speak for itself. But there's a lot of stuff in the season that I thought was cool, so I'll let it slide.
Well, my next hot take is going to offend some people, especially young people.
Good.
I think social media has fucked up young people and made it impossible for them to adapt to a normal work environment. I really do think that. I think that uh, it's almost like a drug to post religiously on social media and to monitor your posts to see how many likes you get and to get pure joy from the interaction you get online, and then to expect that in the work environment. It's like, well, where's my compliments? Where's my likes? Like, I'm working hard. You're doing your job, and I'm not going to compliment you and pat you on the back for doing the bare minimum. So I think that it's kind of fucked over young people. They're like, well, wait a second. I'm so used to getting like all these likes. Yeah, well, sorry. It's
My post got
not the real world.
73 likes on Instagram in 10 minutes.
It's
You
like, I
pat
have
me on the back.
100,000 followers. You need to respect me. Bitch, get down and mop that floor and flip them fucking burgers, dude. But I have a lot of young people in my on my staff. I'm not gonna mention them by name, obviously, but some of them are like, I don't get paid for that. That's all my pay grade. I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing anything. Like, it doesn't matter. And they're like, I need to be respected. And everyone's always expecting raises and special treatment. It's like, but you don't do your job well. Just because you showed up doesn't mean that I'm gonna pat you on the back and thank you profusely, you know?
Now, I will say, just devil's advocate here, that as millennials, we were called, the trophy, the participation trophy generation, and they would say
Yeah.
the same shit about us, that we need a pat on the back, we need to be rewarded. So I think that just kind of becomes a thing. The more, the next generation will probably say it about the other kids who will have some other way of feeling entitled. So I don't know. It's just, I think Gen Z, I will give it to Gen Z. They do like to question the status quo of things as to why they are the way they are, which I respect about them because it has gotten them into politics early, which is good. Definitely helped sway the last election, which was good. But it's like, if I'm at a job and they ask me to do something that's not part of my job, if you start doing it, then it becomes part of your job. You know what I mean? So you want to be wary of what you do or don't do. Now, you want to be helpful. If you have nothing better to do, you can help the team. But you do kind of want to put it out there that this isn't part of your shit. So it's at least recognized in some way. Because when it does
Yeah.
come to time to get a raise, I'm going to say, hey, by the way, don't forget that I did my job. And also, when push came to shove and you guys needed it, I was doing this person's job, that person's job, or that position's job as well. So I kind of get it in some ways. But being in your shoes, when you need help and you need something done and you're already wearing many hats, I get why it would be fucking frustrating as shit when someone say, nah, fuck you. I'm not going to put on a second hat, So I get both sides.
When I was in Chicago and I managed to shop and then I ended up getting promoted to training manager, I made sure that everyone in my shop was promoted. I know that they got annoyed with me sometimes, but I would make sure that I would delegate jobs that were not in their job description, but I wanted to prepare them for upward mobility. And every single person on my team got promoted in some capacity. And ultimately, they appreciated it. But I just feel like that mindset is long gone these days. Everyone's like, I'm not doing it unless I'm getting paid for it. Yeah, but if you want to get a promotion, you have to put in some effort. You have to try harder. I don't know. Young people fucking
good.
suck.
Yeah, no, you gotta be really good. Especially you gotta stand out. That's my thing. Whatever job you do, you gotta try to stand out in it. It doesn't mean that you have to show up 4 hours early. I'm not that type of person. But the work I do is fucking fantastic.
Holler.
So it's what you do. It's what you do.
Well,
Okay.
what's your next one? You got 2 left? I
got 2 left. You got 2 left. Let's do it. Now I'm going to take this hot take to reality TV.
Oh, I love reality TV.
And I think now that I know you're a fan of the show, I know maybe I'll get a reaction out of you with this one. I just watched the latest season of Vanderpump Rules, Me and Julie had been binge watching the whole show. There's 10
Yeah.
fucking seasons, and we started in like June, and now wrapping up August. We just finished it, and in the latest season, there was quite a bit of drama. It's a very dramatic show.
Yeah, dude.
Particularly this season, it was fucking crazy. As divorce and cheating allegations rock a lot of the cast members on the show, and shit gets crazy. And while Scandival seems to be the scandal that everybody focused on, which is a character of the show, Tom Sandoval, cheated on his life partner with this girl Raquel, who had also made out with another cast member on the show, and it was like a whole thing, and was best friends with the life partner that she cheated on. I think that the mini scandal of Tom Schwartz making out with Raquel is the one that got taken totally out of hand, and I think that Tom Schwartz was totally in the right for kissing Raquel after his divorce because his wife divorced him. His wife was the one that kind of like hurt his feelings, and then she just made this rule. It's like, oh, you can't hook up with anybody in the friend group, which I don't blame that rule, but I don't think Raquel technically was part of the friend group because
I agree.
the wife was not friends with her and treated her like shit for years. So
I agree. And Sandoval can do, I'm sorry, not Sandoval, Schwartz can do no wrong, in my opinion. Tom Schwartz, he's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's
and
good.
I think that
So
he's
nice.
had a tough time. And he wants to play kissy face with some hoe. Play kissy face with a hoe.
And
This
she was
is what you're out to.
pretty. And he needed that. And literally all they did was kiss. And then she was literally banging his best friend on the side, which is crazy. And that's fucked
what
up
a
on her
stank.
part. But he needed a little kissy kiss to kind of get his mojo back and start getting out there after his wife just left him. And she was already banging dudes. That's why it's like she had banged 2 dudes, but then she gets mad at him for kissing someone. It's like, get out of here, dude.
Dude, Raquel was the most hated person in America.
Yeah. Apparently she's left the show. She's
Yeah.
not coming back next season.
I don't blame her. I would move to a different country. I would change my name and cut my hair.
Yeah,
Christ
dude,
almighty.
seriously.
What
Seriously.
a slut.
It's like, that's a lot of drama there.
Speaking
I'm like,
of mental health.
God. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking either. But they're very good at keeping it secret until it all exploded. But then you watch like the secrets revealed episode, and it shows like the clips that they couldn't make the season, and then you see their interactions when it's ahead of the cheating was revealed. It's like, damn, you can see it. They're fucking. They were banging all along. How did we not know? Oh God, I'm
cast. Like, I don't blame them for touching each other's goodies, but like, man, poor Ariana is such a cool chick.
I know. I feel really bad for her, especially she was my favorite in the show for a long time.
She's my second favorite. Schwartz will always be.
Yeah, Schwartz is just like the one
number one crush on the
hang
show.
out with. Like, I feel like he'd be part of our friend group. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
He's a cool guy. Yeah, so I felt really guilty for Ariana, and I think Sandoval's a douche. Like, he could have done this much better.
Yeah,
than he did. But
100%.
But Schwartz, I think he was good. I think he's fair. He needed that little boost. She was the hot girl. Better than the guy that his girlfriend or ex-wife, I guess, brought on the show, Katie. She brought in that dude's satchel that looked like Weird Al Yankovic with the curly long hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, that's who you brought on camera. You gotta at least hire someone, someone who's looking for a shot.
Yeah. I want to go on that show. I would totally go on that show.
Woo!
Where's our reality TV show? I think we'd be really funny.
I know, right? I mean, not to brag, but to humble brag. Our episode of MTV was the 30th most watched show in America that week, baby. So,
hell yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Call us Bravo.
Do people ever recognize you when you're out and they're like, are you from MTV?
I've gotten people who look at me, give me double takes. And I do think it's like people who would be that target audience. So I think so. But on Reddit and shit, people have been like, "Are you the guy from MTV's whatever?" Whenever I post a joke, it literally has come up. So it's funny.
I feel like if I saw you and Julie out and I didn't know you guys, I would be like, "Oh, that's the couple from that show." I would be like, "Julie, I'm sorry that he lied to you. You deserve
That
better."
fucking asshole. How are you still with him? And they throw a drink in my face. It's tequila in
Well,
my eyes.
I think Raquel is crazy and so Sandoval. So speaking of mental health, I just want to make it very clear that my next hot take is that mental health isn't taken seriously in grade school at all. Yes, you have a guidance counselor that helps you with colleges, but in no way, shape, or form are we doing the work. And so to me, I feel like if you're going to make your kids take all these shots to avoid any physical ailments like viruses or diseases like smallpox and measles and chickenpox and things like that. Why not you go a step further and consider really horrible mental illnesses? So I feel like every single kid at some point should go through a mental evaluation as like an entrance exam. And if you don't pass, then unfortunately, you probably will be in the right path to getting the treatment that you need. But I feel like all these school shootings, obviously, there's some amendments that need to come to our gun laws. But aside from that, I think that if we could intercept some of these fucked up kids early on, then maybe we wouldn't have as many school shootings. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. Now, to be fair, if there was such a test, I don't think that you would have passed.
No, they would just put me on antidepressants sooner.
That's true. That's so for true. And
I'm not psychotic. I'm just sad. I'm just sad.
he just cries a lot. No,
Just
dude,
cry
and
a
I
lot.
agree. I don't think they take it seriously, and it's totally like stigmatized, and you're ridiculed if you are in any way kind of weird or off. So like everybody, that's why in high school everybody tries to like fit into this mold or whatever is cool at the time. I know there's like more variations of it now, and it's a little more open minded, but still, man, kids are fucking ruthless. So you don't talk about feeling bad or crying or all that shit because it's like I feel like you cry once on the playground, and then people are, "You're the guy that cries all the time," and they call you like crying Phil or something like that, you know?
Or you puke on the bus one time and you're like the upchucker of the
Yes,
season.
yes. Whatever you do in high school sticks with you, and then like they'll remember you as that forever. Literally, you'll be 40 years old and you run into each other, and then in the back of their mind, that, oh, that's the upchucker.
I remember when this other guy named Chris peed himself in second grade in music class.
Ooh.
He was like, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? And the teacher was like, no, man, not right now. Like, hold on. And then it was a big mess. And then he was like, listen, if it's an emergency, let me know. And we're like, he did. He did, though. I think that at the peak of my eating disorder at one point in school, I was eating lunch, quote unquote, in the library by myself because I just wanted to avoid any like group eating environments. Not one person, not not
So
one guidance counselor or teacher, anyone was ever like, Chris, why is it that you're not eating lunch? Not one person ever asked. You know why? Because they're too busy dealing with, you know, like punishing students who are acting out instead of really finding the root issue of their problems. And they're too busy worrying about college tuition and like bragging about how much money that their students gained in scholarships. And they were like, oh, maybe Chris has a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to be fair, I do think that we already put too much on teachers and schools to do for the kids, and there's not enough funding unless you go to like some nice private school for them to do this. So with these expectations here, I would also expect more funding for the school to be able to take mental health seriously, get qualified counselors instead of just the one counselor that has like 1,200 fucking kids to their name. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible for that to be efficient.
Totally. But I don't
So
think that the teachers need to do more. I think yes, you need funding, but I think you need psychological psychologically driven and trained certified staff members.
yeah, for sure, dude. I agree. I definitely agree. And especially in those years, if you think about it, when you're a teenager, like you're so fucked up in the head because you have all these hormones fucking raging through your body. They're telling you to do the weirdest shit. And like you're like coming into your own. You don't know how to deal with it. Like it's like a tough time for everybody. Even if you're like popular, there's weird shit going on in you that you don't even know how to deal
Oh,
with.
totes.
So yeah, that would be the time to deal with a lot of stuff. Um, and it's not taken seriously at all. So I'm with you on that hot take. Fund the schools, people. Fucking get people, get the politicians to help out. This is the one thing that we could actually change if we prioritize it. You know, get fucking funding going to your school districts. That would change a lot. A lot. And get competent people in those positions. Like our last friend who was interviewed here, you know, put Betsy DeVos to be the head of school. That's not going to help.
Oh yeah,
Total
and she
moron.
sounded like this every time she talked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't you know?
It's like Sarah
So
Palin's
you
cousin.
have one left that's going to be painful for you to talk about.
Yes, this one's going to hurt you guys.
Mhm.
This is really going to hurt. But I have to say it. I think it's time for The Simpsons to get canceled. It's time for them to go. Even though they get canceled, for them just to wrap up on their own. You know, they could still come back. Disney Plus owns them. They could come back in the form of specials, or then do the little
Totally.
shorts that they do, like 3 to 5 minute episodes, or do more Simpsons movies. But the time has come to say goodbye to the iconic series. And note, this is where at least 50% of my sense of humor comes from. This fucking show. They still get pretty decent numbers too, but the viewerships have been declining for years. And the reality is that after 34 seasons on air and literally 750 episodes, the show has literally done it all. What the hell else are you going to do? You can't top
I
yourself.
think they
anymore.
should wrap it up at an even 35 years.
For sure. I agree.
It should always be in fives.
Exactly.
Number.
Get to 35, iconic number, end it there. Let it live happily after and Disney Plus. And again, do your little specials here and there. Like they've been basically releasing little cartoon shorts of them, kind of like the old classic Mickey cartoons, where it's like little 2-minute shorts. There's a little plot, blah blah blah. Have do things like that, where you can keep the Simpsons fresh and shit. But if you look at it, I guarantee they're one on Disney Plus. It's still it's one of the most popular stream shows out there. I guarantee most people are looking at seasons like 5 through like 12, and that's what they watch. You could quote me on that because those are the best seasons. And after that, it's like it starts dropping off, and then some of them are good, but it's just there's way too many of them. Ain't no one got time for all that. And this is as like one of the biggest Simpsons fans ever. Like, look behind me, literally Bart Simpson, and that's me Simpsonized. That one hurts. Like, I love that fucking show, but like, come on, man.
I think you have a problem.
Yeah.
You have a serious problem. It's called Simpsonitis.
Simpsonitis. That's what the P sitting down. But
I agree with you. I think that they've had their run. Had a phenomenal run. But I don't want their ratings to go plummet every year until it's like a mess of a show.
Totally.
I feel like a lot of good shows have done that, Totally. Like I don't think people were really happy with the last episode or last season of Seinfeld. Maybe they should have ended earlier. And on a high note.
Yeah, they should have ended. I like how they and it's funny, but it made me feel kind of bad that they ended that way. But but they definitely could have ended it earlier. I agree. Especially once Larry David wasn't there anymore, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Well, I have one left. And this one's a little petty. But I think
You
I like exposed ankles for men sometimes. I think it's very geek chic if you're thin. But if you have cankles or if you're a big boy, I don't think it's appropriate. I think
yeah.
the wider you are, the longer your pants should be. I really think that. Because when you see a big fucker, a big boy wearing uh skinny jeans that are rolled up with their ankle showing, to me it just looks you just look like a wobble. A weeble wobble. I also think that for ladies, crop tops have ruined fashion. There's so many people that there's two issues I have. Some people just don't have the body type to wear a crop top, and they're like, "I love my body. That's great. You should love your body, absolutely." But I think everyone, myself included, should dress for our figure. And so I think that not only is it unflattering, but it's also inappropriate in most environments. So I think that if you're working, you should not be wearing a crop top. I think that if you are going to church, you shouldn't be wearing a crop top. I think that if you're, at a family dinner, no, don't wear a crop top. It's not appropriate. If you can't wear it in school, then you probably shouldn't wear it in any other professional setting.
Right. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's definitely fair enough. Because it would be like us, like I guess, like going to in like a tank top, going to work and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think that my boss wants to see my pits.
Mm-hmm.
So keep
That's a
your
good
nose
point.
out of it.
That's a good point.
Crazy.
I'm and the ankle thing, dude. That's so true. Especially, like I was a hefty boy growing up, and I definitely feel like when you wear those type of pants, you kind of have to do this waddle walk.
Mm-hmm.
Then you
Mm-hmm.
walk like Patrick Star and SpongeBob, and it's not a good look. And that's actually kind of how it looks too, because he has those shorts, and then the thickness creates like a cankle look. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. That one might get controversial there, but man's got a point. Man's got a point. Got to dress for what looks good, people. Sure,
Correct.
it'd be comfortable too, but some of those things that people try to wear definitely don't look comfortable to me.
I love bare ankles. I think it's so sexy on some men.
Yeah.
But put them cankles away. You know who has really bad cankles? John McEnroe's son that he has with Tatum O'Neal.
Huh. I have no idea.
He's do you know who John McEnroe is?
Yeah.
One of his sons is like a total crackhead and stole from my shop. And when he came in one time, I was like, back the fuck up, cankles. He's like, huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Back the fuck up, cankles. You steal from us. Don't come in here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
he's
on
got
drugs pretty
cankles, folks.
bad. I'm not making fun of him being a crackhead. I'm making fun of him for having cankles. I'm not an asshole.
Well, on that note, that's our list. Let us know what you thought of our hot takes. Do you have any hot takes of your own? This is one that we'll probably revisit next year and the year after that. So the hot takes, keep it coming. Let us know. Follow us on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast. On Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. You can also follow me at Carlos Does the World. That's right, do it right now. On Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Threads. Carlos Does World on Twitter. And you can follow my buddy over here, Mr. Simo, at chris.moore.comedy. On Instagram, on TikTok, at CMoreComedy on the Twitter machine. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Mo, it's time to go. And why don't you get us out of here?
I like the motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second, so I can go get the rabbit.
Look at the rabbit. Julie, hit the rabbit. It's cold outside.
Yes, that's right. Get the rabbit. I need to go inside and get my rabbit. We'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. The Frat Chat Podcast. See ya.
Peace.